I'm running gang.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Simone, and I'm coming at you with another video. So in today's video, I am going to be getting a little smash, getting a little dress, and carving a pumpkin. And I also am going to be telling you guys the story time of the first time that I tripped off a shroom. Yes, girl. I a couple of weeks ago did a shroom trip, and I really want to talk about my experience because it was really like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I just scratched the surface, but I feel like I never scratched the surface before, so it's an experience that I really want to talk about and get off of my chest. But anyways, first we're gonna, get smacked. Here I have me some Eddies, and this one is a sativa, and it's 80 milligrams. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's supposedly 80 milligrams picked up from the plug, and I hope that it hits good, because I don't know. Every time I get Eddies from this plug, I don't really feel anything. But hopefully this time we will get what we are looking for out of it. I'm not sure the milligram count on this stuff, but we're gonna eat all of this at once. Thumbnail. And we're gonna see what happens. And I'm gonna go to the backyard and carve the pumpkin and tell you guys the story time of my first shroomy trip. So let's get started. I'll be right back and we'll get right into the video. Alright, so now we're outside and I got all of my ingredients, my pumpkin, a knife, something to scoop out the guts with, and I also brought, my pipe because I'm gonna hit a couple of bowls while I do this. Alrighty. Oof, I feel like I need to wash this first, but I'm about to go ahead and carve the top open with my knife. Lord God, please help me not to stab myself. So I might as well go ahead and tell my story while I'm doing this, because this is probably going to take a while. And I don't want this to be too long, So I was supposed to bring my diary out here so I could tell the story, but I think I remember most of what happened. I wanted to break it down to like the small visuals that I got. I only did a gram, and I didn't expect much from it because there was somebody present at the location of which I did the stuff, the motor stuff. Did it. This is scaring me. Yo, I'm so scared. Please don't, bruh, if I stab myself. We had somebody there who had experience, and they told me that off of a gram, they didn't think much was gonna happen. So I didn't know what to expect, and I went in trying not to expect anything. But I feel like a lot more happened than what I thought was going to happen. So, that was pretty cool. The slight visuals that I saw basically included colors and like the popcorn ceiling. Like my friend that I did my car hot box smoke session with in the last video, he was my trip sitter, and he has this popcorn ceiling in the apartment that he's staying in, and he had a popcorn ceiling in his room, and I could see colors. I saw like red, green, and like basically stoplight colors, red, green, and yellow, and they were kind of swirled into the popcorn ceiling. They were making swirls like the Starry Night painting. That was really cool to see, and I wanted to draw it and capture it, and I think I'm gonna try to, but I was trying to do it before this video or whatever. The room was breathing, like the room was breathing, like it was literally like all around me, and I was like, what, bro? And the crazy thing was I could like we were in a room, you know, but I could see nature in the room. Like I saw mushrooms that looked like the ones on Mario all around the room, and they were doing a little dance and all, and I was thinking about the trees and how they were breathing outside and stuff like that, you know. The usual. Oh my gosh, this is like so hard. Finally got this junk out. Woo! Outside core for you. And now we're gonna take this and try to scoop all them seeds and guts out. I'm weak, it's not working. We're gonna use a shovel then, because the shovel came through a couple minutes ago. Okay, we're gonna need a smaller shovel. But anyways, so yeah, that happened. Time was literally, I don't know. I was told beforehand to not worry too much about time because things were gonna go slower and that I was gonna lose track of time. And I looked at the time at one point during the trip, and time was like a literal like Greek mythological god. And I was like, you know, I'm not paying no attention to you, whatever. We good, like I don't know why that happened, but it did. And then like at one point the temperature changed, or whenever the temperature changed or the vibe changed in the room, the like room got like brighter, and then like sometimes it got darker and it would turn like a darkish green color, but then when it was bright it would be like a bright yellow, like a yellow color. Those were some of the small visuals. Oh crap. So I've honestly gotten a lot of the guts out of here, as you can see. And big boy. I think it's time for a well-deserved smoke break. Cheers. I was a baby. But yeah, back to the story. Oh, I remember like at the beginning I was looking in the mirror, and because I know people always say, I don't know if that's for love, sex, dreams, LSD, but I know people always say when you're tripping, don't look in the mirror because, you know, you'll be looking completely different to yourself. And I was like, you know, I want to see what I look like to see if my pupils were dilated or whatever. So when I looked in the mirror, my face looked really like fuzzy and disoriented a little bit. It didn't look like it was in different places or melting or anything like that, but it really looked like really grainy, and it was kind of weird. And like my friend's face, he looked really like animated, and like, you know, it was strange. Like he had like bold like art lines around his face and stuff. It was strange. Yeah, my skin looked like old though. I looked really old. It was weird. But one thing that really got on my nerves the whole time, I kept snotting and crying like the whole night. I was crying when I was happy, I was crying when I was sad, I was snotting about the nose. Like, it was disgusting. Snot was every fucking where. It was gross. But yeah, and a lesson I learned about snot is nothing. Snot is not, like, I don't know why, but it kept repeating to me that snot is nothing. Like, snot is literally like just nothing. It's just there. But that was weird. I went through past life regression, which was really weird. I remembered times as a slave in, you know, Northern America, and I remember myself as a man that was also a slave in Central or South America. And it was really weird. It wasn't weird because I know that that's probably like a thing because, you know, my lineage, my heritage, I mean, I'm black. You know, we were slaves at some point in the timeline, so, you know, it didn't feel unnatural, but it was just really, it was something that I was like, wow, you know. and it took me back to a lot of my roots and stuff. Like, I want to do an ancestry test. Well, no, I don't want my info in the government and at their disposal, so no, I will not be doing that. I don't want my DNA on record for anything. Fuck that. But I do want to know what I'm made of, and I think that trip kind of helped me understand. I don't want to make up stuff though, so I'm like, I don't, and I was being like told that I was like French and stuff like that, which was like really weird. I have French roots, like black people in France, or I was even some white people in places like France and places like that. Like, I was a writer. I was this man who was a writer, and he was kind of pretentious, and it was just kind of weird. Like, but I don't know. I got gloves now, and I'm gonna go in and finish gutting the pumpkin. But yeah. Oh no. Oh no, honey. And bro, like, I like to not, when I closed my eyes, I was seeing like Mayan deities, and like, I was getting the scoop on celebrities. So one big thing you need to understand about my trip was my higher self and my spirit team. If you're spiritual, you understand what I'm talking about. They were speaking through me. Like, they were literally, like, they took over my body, and I literally imagined myself chilling in an island, just relaxing, like almost like a daycare center or whatever for my conscious. And they were up in the forefront of my conscious. So basically my subconscious was, my subconscious thoughts and my subconscious being was coming out to play. And that's what happened. And it was like, they were just telling me everything. They were just like, even about celebrities, they were telling me what celebrities were. Like, they told me Brent Faiyaz is a fucking silhouette of a cat. Silhouette of a jazz cat is basically how they described it, which was weird. They have me very scared of Nicki Minaj, because they said that she is something very, very scary, and I don't ever want to meet her. I don't care. I'm sorry, Nicki stans. If this gets me like a bunch of hate comments, oh well, especially after all the stuff she's been doing lately. Like, yeah, you could believe it. They were just telling me a bunch of stuff. They were telling me about Janae Aiko. They said that she was brought into this world to be a beacon of light and sound, and I thought that was super cool. They described her being as looking like what that episode of Rick and Morty when Beth and Jerry went to marriage counseling, and they did a depiction of what Jerry thinks of Beth when he thinks of her in her light self, when he thinks of her when she's nice. They said it's basically like that. Like, that's basically what her being looks like. And I know, like, this is not going to make any sense to most of you, but like, you got to understand, I didn't do this for, partying or for like, being, trendy or anything like that. I did this for its spiritual values. I did it for the fact that I was told that it breaks down barriers when you're going through things. It takes things that you didn't know were problematic for you, and it brings them into the forefront, and it shows you what you need to fix and stuff. And that's how I took it. That's the seriousness that I was on when I was on it. So here's what I drew up, and this is what I'm gonna cut out. Hopefully it doesn't come out looking disastrous. So I got through eyebrow number 1 barely. And I wasn't even supposed to do chunky funky eyebrows. I was supposed to do skinny ones, but I guess that's what she's gonna have to give this Halloween. Attempting eyebrow number 2. Scared for my life. Like, I went from texting old friends saying thank you for everything they've done for me, which was genuine, but it was like, like, dang, I felt a little bit embarrassed by it, but then I also was like, you know what, no, really, like, I do have a lot of gratitude towards these people, or these persons, and I want to express that. So I was feeling that way, and that's what I did. I mean, I really couldn't control it, for real. And I was asking people to have babies and stuff. It was it was wild. One thing it showed me was that the people of my generation we are lights. There are some of us who are really special people, like the outcasts and the people who feel like that, you know, they're bottom of the barrel to society. We're the ones that's going to change the world, and we need to make sure that we don't ever dim our lights so that we can save the world. And we need to have children with our ones, and this is something my spiritual mentor from back in the day used to always tell me anyways. And yeah, we need to have children with the right people so that we can create lights, and we can't dim their lights either. You know, we have to make sure our kids are raised right so that they can help change the world as well. That's really where, I mean, our part of changing the world is having our kids, because our kids are really going to be the ones that really change the world. And I can't wait to see it. So yeah, and apparently my spirit guides, they thought that certain people, you know, was a good adversary for the commencement of bringing those lights into the world. And I was like, you know, I don't know how I feel about that. But I didn't really have nothing to say, you know, but they were like, one of them was like, no. So I was like, okay, good. I know y'all probably think I'm crazy, but this is what happened. Like, I'm really not even capping. Like, I'm not, like, I literally cannot make this up. Like, I don't even know how to like what do you want me to tell you? You know, you want me to tell you that I was running outside naked and acting crazy or something? No, that's not what happened. Like, I was in a room. I was like, I'm in a room. I feel like I'm in a box. Like, it was, and honestly, the one thing that dude told me was that I shouldn't expect to feel high, really, like I would off of weed or off of other drugs. But and he was right. Yeah, I really didn't feel, I really was like, am I making this up? Like, I couldn't understand what was going on. But at the same time, it felt so right. So I was like, okay, well, just go with the flow. And that's what I did. I was crying because my spirit guides, they were all like, how much they love me. And they were like crying and stuff through me. And I was like, you know, they were talking to my friend, my trip sitter, about how much they love me and how much they care about me and how much they want the best for me and wish that I would stop worrying and wish that I would be more grateful for my life, because my life really isn't that hard, and I have had to peep that over the last few months. But at the same time, I do still have my struggles and shit be getting on my nerves. But it's little stuff, you know, and I can control my anger, I can control my anxiety and my stress levels, and I can get back right. And I feel like that's something I need to prove to myself, and that's something that needed to be shown to me during that. Okay, so the eyes, they're a little hard. Like, so kids, do not do this at home, please. And I really started getting into Janae Aiko and watching her triggered protection mantra that I remembered from my greening out video. You should go watch that. I watched her triggered protection mantra when things were going south with that, and it helped me get through this too, because I think by my peak, I was really like kind of wilding. Things were getting a little scary because I was like, what the heck? And by the end of it, I was on FaceTime with one of my friends, and we just were talking for the rest of the night. I forgot to tell y'all that I had built a new appreciation for spiders, which, if you know me, you know I'm terrified of spiders. But during the trip, I kept seeing these like fuzzy little spiders and stuff, and I kept like having a perspective, an eye view of a spider. Like, I kept seeing myself through like 8 different eyes, like a kaleidoscope or something like that, and I felt really spider-like. I also got really in tune with the elements. Like, at one point I felt like water and air, the next point I felt like earth, and I felt grounded, and then I was talking about lights and fire, and it was like kind of warm in the room and all. I have felt so bad for my trip sitter because I felt like I was scaring him. Like, I felt like he thought I was like losing my mind and acting crazy, and like I was telling him stuff about deceased people and about his loved ones and stuff too, and about him and his future and stuff like that. So I know he was probably like, what is going on? But he was like, nah, he was pretty chill with the experience until I started freaking him out at one point when I kept telling him to relax. And he was like that he felt like I was like you know, like somebody else was speaking through me, and that kind of made him feel like less, you know, like I was just making shit up and crazy, because it wasn't really all of my mannerisms or my typical, you know, like I had a complete like personality switch, like I was on motherfucking split, like, you know what I mean? And so that was, yeah, that's basically everything that happened. It was a wild ride, and I honestly want to do it again. The only thing that I feel like I should have did differently is maybe do more, like, I wanted to like watch more stuff, like more entertaining stuff. Like I was watching Adventure Time, but I was also on the phone, and I wanted to actually like watch Adventure Time and like the episodes that I knew were like trippy enough, but not too like off the wall that I would like, you know, be scared, you know. And I wanted to do more stuff like, oh, in the very beginning, I forgot to mention, I was jamming to some music, and like everything in the room, like I said, was breathing, and it was also dancing with me, and I thought that was pretty dope. I might film my next experience, I don't know. Hit that like button if you want me to film my next experience. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have a bad experience if I try to record it, because I really wasn't on my phone like at all until like the end, and like it just felt wrong to be on my phone. Like it just felt wrong to be on my phone. So I don't know how that's gonna transfer into me recording my next experience, especially if I do a higher dosage. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish this off camera, and I'll be right back because it is taking a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna take, and yeah, nobody has time for that. Alrighty, so here is the finished product. She's a little janky, and I did the best I could with her, but this is what we came up with. I think it's kind of cute. I feel like I probably could have did more right here with this eyebrow. But I just wanted to kind of simulate that they were eyebrows. But I think it's pretty cute. And it's got NMBS tattooed on his head, representing. We representing? Nah, I could have gave Shawty a better brow job, but it is what it is. And that is it for this video. Alrighty, y'all, that was a lot. It was very messy, it was very time consuming, but it was also very fun, and I had a lot of fun sharing my story with you guys. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe, and you know, shout me out. Comment how you feel about, you know, seeing me do another, you know, on camera, and yeah, all that good jazz. But anyways, love you, babies.